sponge pretty much, and you put the seeds on the sponge, and then they'll like the roots will grow down into the sponge, and then once the roots are like kind of filled up with the sponge, you'll set each plant into here, and then as the nutrients in the water get pumped up into it and they run down through, the plants will just like soak up the nutrients. They don't need any soil because the only reason that they have the soil is to get the nutrients. But if you're giving them the nutrients directly in the water, then they don't need the soil. So, yeah.
Have you ever filled all the plants?
Not yet, because this is the first day that it's actually ready.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've been working on it since February this year, so it's finally like ready to go. But since you're giving them like the nutrients directly, exactly in the proportion that they need it, they'll grow a lot faster. So like it can grow a head of lettuce in like 4 weeks.
Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah. So, and it holds 144 pounds. So, yeah, but anybody got any questions?
How is the water running so that it just comes from?
Yep. You can kind of see. There we go. There you can like see the water coming out of it. But also to like get this end cap on here, I 3D printed it. Nice. So this is a 3D printed end cap. It broke whenever I put it on, so that's why it doesn't look very nice. But yeah, it's good.
Hydroponics.
We filled it up with rainwater from the containers at the end, like the big tanks.
Oh, I thought that was just like
No, it's rainwater. Like the gutters on the sides of the high tunnel. Whenever it rains, like the water goes into the gutter, runs down to the end, goes in the tank, and then we can use the hose to bring over.
So the tank is over there?
There are 2 of them over there.
Okay. And 1 over there.
Yep.
Okay.
Because initially we had planned on taking this gutter and like having something to go across and then go down into the tanks over there, but we put it up and then during the first storm it broke.
Okay.
So engineering 101, whenever it doesn't work, things never work the first way that you think they will. So we went back to the drawing board and we put another tank on this side. So,
okay.
Yep. But how much? So if it rains like 1 inch, if we get like 1 inch of rain, how much do you guys think? How many gallons of water do you think that is? If it rains 1 inch of rain onto this high tunnel, this greenhouse, and we catch all of the rain going into the tanks, how much water do you think that would be? No, way more than that.
What?
Yeah.
Gallons?
Yeah, gallons, like a milk gallon. Like how many of those do you think would fall on this if we get 1 inch of rain?
115.
No, it's more than one. Yeah, more than 100.
400.
You're getting closer. It's more than that though. A little bit more.
455.
No, okay. So it's 470 gallons.
470
if
gallons.
you have 1 inch of rain on here. So pretty much during a storm we get about 450 gallons
Okay.
of water off of a storm.
Like, can you tell when we had the downpour yesterday and we had quite a bit of water, can you tell how much we got?
Well, I don't know exactly how much rain we got yesterday, but I mean, if I knew how much rain we got yesterday, I could calculate it pretty quick. But yeah, those tanks, like for reference, like we got half an inch of rain and it filled up that tank on the end earlier this summer. And so the tank over here holds like about 280 gallons of water, and then the tanks over there together hold about 540 gallons. So yep, so altogether we're like close to 800 gallons of water we can store. So it's quite a bit.
That's crazy.
It would be really cool to be here during a storm to like see all the water going in.
That goes.
But haven't done that yet because probably not safe to stand under metal during a storm.
What would we ever like? Could you ever like mark where it is like now, and if it
And then
rains at the end by the end of the week, see
Right.
where it's at? Maybe
Yeah, we could do that.
put a piece of tape
If it's supposed to rain
up there.
I think we're supposed to get rain this week. I think maybe
Today, maybe?
tomorrow. I think
It was
might be
supposed-
Because we're ending early today. At 2.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what Sydney said.
so
Maybe
we
at the
could-
end
we
of
could
the
mark it
day,
today,
maybe put a
and
little piece
then-
of tape where it's at now.
Yeah. Could see where it goes.
Then how long will it take for it to be used? The water.
It just depends. Right now we don't have the pumps hooked up to it yet. So like
Okay.
we've got a pump right over here. Like screwed onto the side of the farm bot. This pump will be able to pump all the water out of those. So once we get that running, which we need solar panels, like more solar panels to do that, we'll be able to pump water through the entire garden. So once that happens, we'll go through it pretty quick.
Okay.
But right now it's not quite as efficient as we want it to be.
You got? Did you see the hydroponics? Silver, right? Your name is Silver. Okay. You want to take a look over here? You got any questions? See where the water is now? He was explaining
If you
that.
can look at it, you can see it going through like running through all of it. It'll be a lot cooler once we put plants in it.
I don't want to get a. I don't like bugs.
He said that you know how the soil has stuff for the plants. It's all in the water, right?
Yep.
Only a
So-
little bit of water. Like,
yeah, well, it doesn't need too much. It needs a lot of air too, so that's why we have such big holes here, so air can still get to the roots.
Okay.
Because like that's the two things the plants need
it
are
gotta be,
like the
like,
nutrients
flowing
and
along.
air.
And the air.
And so like whenever it's in the soil, like the way that they get nutrients up into the plant is with water, but the more water you give it, the less air it can get. So that's why you need like, you know, to water it and then let it go for a while. That way it can suck up the nutrients and then get air back
And
into
get
the
some
soil.
air.
But with this, you give it direct nutrients and it has access to direct oxygen too. So that's what makes it grow a lot faster, and you'll be able to grow. That's what I said. It takes a week to get the seeds to germinate to where they have enough roots to be able to put in here. And then once they're in here, it's about 4 weeks and you'll have a head of lettuce. So it's much faster in here than if we planted it in just regular soil.
Okay.
So we're expecting once it's fully done, we'll be able to have, we'll be able to rotate through 144 heads of lettuce every 4 weeks. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's
I know, man.
exciting stuff once it gets going. And I think we're gonna try basil in it too, because lettuce like wilts really easily, and as hot as it gets in here, like we'll only be able to grow lettuce in here until like May. So probably from like
do you think it'd be your last year?
maybe March to May we'll be able to grow lettuce, and then from like the end of September through November we'll be able to grow lettuce in here again. But then during the summer, the plan is to grow basil, because basil can withstand a lot higher temperatures. So, yep. So, and then whenever we grow a whole bunch of basil in here, I think Paulo's planning on making a bunch of pesto sauce. Because 144 basil plants is quite a bit.
That's a lot. Any questions, Silver?
Yeah, like I said, later this week we'll have the rock wool. It's called rock wool. That's like the sponge that you put in here, and we'll be able to plant stuff in here this week. But I needed to get it running first.
Okay.
But
You got any more questions?
I don't have any.
Logan. Okay.